doctors and dentists, I bring to you Dr. Rishi Sicharan.
Look at the stars, look how they shine for you.
Thank you very much, Anil. Kuva South, I am Dr. Rishi Sicharan, and I fully endorse the STAR team. My friends, I'd like to first introduce the Tobago Regional Representative, Councillor Kenwin Phillip. Councillor Phillip is the present chairman of the Sandy Grande Regional Corporation, serving as the councillor for Manzanilla Fishing Pond since 2016, having been elected 3 times. He is the former Youth Affairs Officer and Elections Officer of the Komoto Manzanilla Constituency Executive, with over 15 years of service to United National Congress. Councillor Kenwin Phillip. We now have the Northwest Regional Representative, Mr. Eli Zakur. Eli has been a successful businessman with over 20 years of management experience. He has served on the board of directors of Udicott and then Swimcall. He holds an MBA, a Master in Laws, and is also a qualified commercial pilot. He has represented our party as the general election candidate in 2015 and 2020. And he has also served as the Northwest Regional Coordinator from 2017. Mr. Eli Zakur. We have now the South Regional Representative, Councillor Shanti Budram. Shanti has been a stalwart of the UNC, known for the Shanti Brigade. She has served as a local government councillor since 2010, Vice Chairman of the Penal Davie Regional Corporation, having served as South Regional Coordinator since 2010, forming dozens of party groups throughout South Trinidad. Shanti Budram. We now have our Central Regional Representative, Member of Parliament, Vandana Mohit. Vandana is the former local government councillor for Kunupia. She is the youngest mayor of our nation's history as the mayor of Chaguanas. She is the outgoing education officer and the shadow minister of social development in the House of Representatives. Vandana holds a Master of Arts in Mass Communication, New Media, Governance and Democracy from the University of Leicestershire. The young and dynamic Member of Parliament for Chaguanas East, who continues to speak up for social welfare needs of our citizens in and out of Parliament, MP Vandana Mohit. And we now have our Northeast Regional Representative, Member of Parliament Khadija Amin. Khadija has been a child of the UNC who has been placed in handcuffs for defending this party. She was nominated for a local government council at the age of 21 and then elected at the age of 22. In 2010, she became the youngest chairman of the Tunapuna Piako Regional Corporation. Khadija holds an MBA in leadership as well as she is now pursuing her LLB from the University of London. She is also the former Women's Arm Chairman, Deputy Leader, and the incumbent Deputy Chair of the United National Congress. Khadija first started as a senator in the 11th Republican Parliament. Your dynamic Member of Parliament, Ms. Khadija Amin. Thank you.
And that's our first batch of winning candidates. It is my pleasure to introduce to you a man with over 30 years in the corporate world and finance sector, with significant experience having worked at the Central Bank of Trinidad and Tobago for over 15 years, former chairman of the United National Congress from 2015 to 2017. He served as the deputy political leader since 2017, serving his second term as the MP for Pointe-à-Pierre, and a very hard-working opposition chief whip in our parliament. Let's hear it for MP David Lee.
Look at the stars, look how they shine for
Thank you, Sharon. UNC family, tonight I ask you, are you UNCN proud? What team you voting for? Tell me, what team you voting for? I, David Lee was never a PNM, and I will never be a PNM. I want to put that on the table here tonight. We have 17 stars here tonight, and we are proud of each and every one of them. Tonight, I'm a proud member of the star team because the team contains the people who have defended your party, fought for your party, grown your party, and built our party into the only entity that can defeat the PNM with Kamla Persad-Bissessar. I am proud of the UNC because I have seen a group of determined, courageous UNC soldiers fight day and night in and out of Parliament, not just for you, the UNC members, but for the survival of our country. Today, those members are on the star team. These internal elections, my brothers and sisters, are not just about positions and titles in the UNC, but it is about supporting those who have given you a voice in Parliament. This internal election is not about getting revenge because you didn't get a position in the party, or Kamla not calling you to discuss strategy. This is about our country and about supporting those who have been standing up against the PNM destruction of our nation. When you have no water, you know Barry Padarat is being in Parliament giving them trouble, fighting for us. While the criminals are invading our homes and brutalizing our communities, it has been Saddam Hussein and Dr. Roodal Moonilal. Dr. Roodal Moonilal keeps exposing the corruption and wrongdoing of the PNM day in, day out, and he did it yesterday and Sunday in the presser. He talked about that big project in Invaders Bay in Port of Spain, that all of a sudden, the entire country in Port of Spain gone silent. Vandana Mohit, fighting for your social welfare in Parliament day in, day out. Khadija, beautiful Khadija I.A.N, has been your voice against a failing minister of local government called Faris Alwari. Yesterday, and we see Ratiram, MP Ratiram has been your voice for the farmers and fishermen in our country. Senator Jearlean John is a firebrand on every issue in the Senate. Let us not forget our sister, Jearlean John. We have defended you and fought for you, not because it is our job, but it's because it's our duty for this party that we love. We have stood with you on the roads demanding justice for the pariah divers, MP Indar Singh and his team and I. We have marched against the destruction of Petrotrin. We gathered with you on every highway intersection from Penal right up to the Grand Bazaar, fighting for higher fuel prices. Nobody else did that. It's Kamla Persad-Bissessar and her team. We came to you, community by community, to stand up against the dreaded property tax. It was Kamla Persad-Bissessar and her star team, led by your leader of the opposition. She has fought against Nelson Gate and against the dreaded Commissioner of Police fiasco on the merit list. We have never abandoned you. We have always been at your side demanding a better nation because we love you and we love our party. That is why tonight we stand on the star team, seeking your support not for positions, but to continue demanding justice, freedom, and betterment for Trinidad and Tobago. We have functioned as one of the strongest opposition benches in the Parliament, bar none. I hear that they have a man who wants to take Chairman Tanku work. Are you going to allow that? He say, we weak, the opposition weak, but the PNM ripe for the pickings. I want to tell Larry Lala, the PNM ripe for the pickings because of the hard work of the opposition that we have created that, and we will do it in 2025. Larry Lala not picking that fruit. We picking that fruit with Kamla Persad-Bissessar. On Friday, the Auditor General report was finally laid in Parliament. This wicked PNM government said in 2023, they spent over $69.3 billion of your money, the taxpayers' money. What did we get for that? We get any roads? We get water? They spent $69.3 billion. That is why Imbert was hiding that report. We have a Chinese fellow called Young. Well, he ain't full Chinese like me. All of a sudden, he know about energy. He has destroyed our energy sector with Prime Minister Rowley over the last 8 years. And when we return next year, we will kick them out, my brothers and sisters. Minister Young seems to spend all his time in Venezuela. I don't know if he dancing the Congo line with Delcy Rodriguez. I ask. And I close, my brothers and sisters. UNC family, it is because of these serious questions, these critical issues, and our serious approach to fighting them for the socio-economic benefit of our country that you must support the STAR team. As we have the experience, the know-how, and the political courage to deal with it. We don't want no newbie. We have the experience. Do not feel you can separate UNC business and national business from national affairs. National affairs because it is business for the UNC. As a team, this group of members stand on a track record of doing so day in, day out. That is the STAR team. Tonight I call on our membership. Do not allow the power grab by some who want to go off their lane to make you believe that your party is not strong. In 2020, the UNC stood alone and won 19 seats. We are 2 seats away from government, and no club-side cricket will come and take that away from us. Your party is strong due to the courageous work of Kamla Persad-Bissessar and many of the fearless, loyal individuals on your STAR team. Tonight I call on you to stand strong with those who have stood with you, and together we will deliver government. On Saturday, June the 15th, while you're on your way to the market, buying your Father's Day gift, I want you to make sure you go out and vote for the 17 STAR members on that team. Do not be fooled. This is the same Natex here tonight that put in some of those people that challenging us here tonight. So if it was good to bring them in 2020, we're not good tonight. Don't be fooled, my brothers and sisters. So I say, there's no other team to support than what? The STAR team, my brothers and sisters. I thank you.
Thank you. All you find are going nice and positive this evening. I ain't hitting no talks, no pong. I just introducing my STAR team and going on merit, intelligence, heart and soul of the STAR team to lead us forward. All you give me a round of applause for doing that now. But as my honorable political leader would say, don't mistake my kindness for weakness. If they want that, they could get that too. But not tonight. Not tonight. Tonight is about the STAR team. And coming to introduce the next group of members is a young member of parliament, brilliant, intelligent, started in local government, and now she's transformed the marginal seat of Maruga Tableland into a safe UNC seat. I bring to you MP Michel Benjamin.
Good night, my UNC family and STAR team all the way. Tonight I have the pleasure to introduce members of this great team. And I start with our education officer, Ravi Ratiram. MP Ravi Ratiram, a former UE Guild president, a holder of a UE BSc Engineering and MBA from Angela Ruskin University. He is the Member of Parliament, as I said, for Couva North, Shadow for Agriculture, and we know he represents in agriculture. He served as the party organizer from 2015 to present. Let's hear it for MP Ravi Ratiram. I now have the pleasure of introducing our star team member for the International Relations Officer position, and that is no other than Wilfred Nicholas Morris. Mr. Morris is pursuing an MBA in Oil and Gas Management. He achieved a certificate in Parliamentary Management and Administration. Former Commonwealth Youth Ambassador and Commonwealth Youth Parliamentarian. He was elected Youth Prime Minister in the Guardian Media's youth election in 2015. Let's hear it for Mr. Wilfred Nicholas Morris. I now have the pleasure of introducing our treasurer. And this is no other than our alderman, Viliana Ramutarsing. And I have the honor of introducing this prolific businesswoman who makes Faris Al-Walri shiver. Let's hear it for her again. She's a committed servant of this great party for the last 30 years. She serves as a UNC alderman in the San Fernando City Corporation. Let's hear it for Alderman Viliana Ramutarsing. I now move on to our elections officer. And again, that is my parliamentary colleague, MP Arnold Ram. He holds a BSc in Electrical and Computer Engineering from UWI, an MBA from Harriet Watt University, and is also qualified he's also a qualified practicing attorney. He served as the research officer for the UNC from 2010 to 2015, then served as policy and strategy officer of the UNC from 2015 to 2020. He's a former guild president of UWI. Let's hear it for our member of parliament for Couva Central. I now have the pleasure of introducing our research officer. And this is former senator and my brother, Sean Sobert, attorney at law. He's a brilliant young attorney who graduated from the University of London, practicing over a decade with a focus in civil and commercial litigation. And I could tell you, from our experience in Murga Tableland, he has a knack for doing community work and helping those that cannot afford legal aid. A dynamic defender of our rights who served as an opposition senator in the 11th Parliament, represented our great party as our general election candidate in San Fernando West in the 2020 election. And he's our outgoing policy and strategy officer. Let's hear it for our brother and attorney, former Senator Sean Sobers. I now have this pleasure, and I must say everyone will be in full support of this next star team member. And this is our policy. I have not mentioned the name as yet. This star just shoot across the stage. Wait, let me mention the name. So I am introducing MP Saddam Hussein. And we all right, so we all can agree he's a shooting star. A brilliant young attorney with significant experience in civil law. A graduate from UWI, a graduate from Hugh Wooding Law School, where he graduated on the Principal's Honor Roll. Again, a shooting star. Former senator in the 11th Parliament, outgoing research officer of the UNC, the fearless, fiery member of Parliament, four-star Barataria, and shadow minister. All right, start take with.
UNC family, take down the music. Bring in to the lectern a man who debates in the vein of Bade Sagan Maraj, Lionel Sukaran, Kelvin Ramnat, Basdeo Panday, the greatest orators in Trinidad and Tobago political history. A man who as a teenager stood in the mud as the United National Congress was being formed. A man who strikes fear into the heart of every Obia PNM minister. A man who fights for the people, known as the Lion from Oropouche East. Welcome the Deputy Political Leader to be the Honorable Roodal Moonilal.
Stars, look how they shine for you. And everything you do.
Thank you very much, Senator Anil Roberts, who tonight is doing the impossible, I believe. I don't know when he will explode on the stage as this evening progresses. The Honorable Kamla Persad-Bissessar, political leader of the United National Congress and the next Prime Minister of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. Parliamentary colleagues, members of the executive, victorious members of the star team, and the thousands of you gathered in Couva South tonight. As far as my eyes can see, I am seeing yellow, I am seeing stars, I am seeing brothers and sisters, the family of the United National Congress. Tonight I want to tell the member from Mayaro, look at people. It's time, I want to tell him it's time to pack up. It's time to pack up. What will you do? What can you do? What could you do? Look at people assembled just for the launch of our slate. Tonight, brothers and sisters, we meet in the heart of our constituency. We meet in the heart of the UNC. We meet at a location that almost 100 years ago gave birth to the struggle of the United Labour Front and the United National Congress. This is the heart. This is the heart. It was the sugar workers in Couva and Esperance and nearby communities that struggled for improved conditions of work, for equality, for the end of discrimination. Brothers and sisters, that has been the historic struggle of the United National Congress. So tonight we have chosen wisely. Our first choice was a great choice to come to the heart of the United National Congress. Brothers and sisters, I want to tell the folks as well who are opposing us, you must be careful what you wish for. Because you must be careful, you might just get it. They started a most mischievous campaign, a campaign of misrepresentation, calling for internal election, as if somebody was postponing it, as if we took a decision not to have internal election. There was never such a decision. This election is being held before its time. In fact, I will be robbed of a week of being deputy political leader. I will be robbed of a week. The time is not yet for internal election, but they were calling for internal election and made that the centerpiece of a campaign. That is like people who want a barahi, but the child is born yet. Huh? You could have a bandara before the funeral. They were calling for something. You're still laughing. They were calling for something before its time, brothers and sisters. And tonight we launch our campaign, our slate. We take proud. Tonight is an explosion of democracy. This is what the United National Congress was born for. We are the party of struggle, of fight, of revolutionary change in this country. And as a speaker said earlier, when you come into the Guyana to fight in a UNC election, you have to be tough. You have to be tough because no holds barred. But that is our democracy as well, of which we are proud. We are very proud of that. Brothers and sisters, tonight as we celebrate our democracy and we invite you to support us I want to say, when I see the people here tonight, we will beat them by 10-1. No, hold on. That is the time of the day we go beat them by. We go beat them 40-1, but by 10-1. So tonight, with this love, with this energy, with this support of the people, we cannot take you for granted. Don't lose sight. We are here because we will remove Keith Rowley and the PNM in the next general election. I want to tell our friend, I read something in the papers and so on. The member from Mayaro, he said, vote for me. We go build headquarters. We go build school. By the time this election done, he might be building university too, you know. There are people who cannot give you a bottle of water, and they're promising everything. But there's a serious issue here. Beyond that, there is a serious issue. Article 28 of our Constitution, which every candidate should read and be familiar with. Article 28, but the Constitution you must know. How you could contest an election in a party, a country, a club, and you never read the Constitution? The Constitution says the role of a deputy political leader is to assist the political leader with her job, with her responsibilities, with her task. You are not the political leader. In our current scenario, Brother Dr. David Lee, he's responsible for parliamentary affairs. Sister Jearlean John is responsible for communications. I am responsible for events and mobilization and so on. We have our duty. We have our function. We are building nothing. We are working with a political leader. She is responsible for the overall and general control of the party, for policy, for program. So I want to ask the member for Mayaro, Naparema, he gone to sleep already. I want to ask the member for Mayaro, what you doing? Are you running for political leader or are you running to be deputy political leader? Tell us. And be very clear on that. Be very clear. Brothers and sisters, many of them who offend themselves to lead, they were praising the PNM in Parliament. Some when they stand up to talk, I don't know if they just get nervous or frightened or something. They start praising the PNM. You want to move the PNM, but you're praising them? What kind of thing is that? That is what we face at times in the Parliament. And then they say, I think that is a signal. It is a signal to rise. It is a signal to welcome. It is a signal to lift.
Look at the stars, look how they shine for you, and everything you do. Yeah, they were all yellow. I came along, I wrote a song for you, and all the things you do. Was called yellow. So then I took my turn. Oh, what a thing to have done. And it was all yellow. Your skin, oh yeah, your skin and bones turn into something beautiful. And you know I love you so. You know I love you so. I swam across, I jumped across for you. 'cause you were all yellow. I drew a line, I drew a line for you. Oh, what a thing to do. And it was all yellow. Your skin, oh yeah, your skin and bones turn into something beautiful. And you know, for you I bleed myself dry. For you I bleed myself dry. It's true. Look how they shine for you. 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 Look how they shine. Look at the stars. Look how they shine for you. Look at the stars. Look how they shine for you. And everything you do, yeah, they were all yellow. I came along, I wrote a song for you. And all the things you do, and it was called Yellow. So then I took my turn. Oh, what a thing to have done. And it was all yellow. Your skin, oh yeah, your skin and bones turn into something beautiful. And you know I love you so. You know I love you so. I swam across, I jumped across for you. Oh, what a thing to do. 'Cause you were all yellow. I drew a line, I drew a line for you. Oh, what a thing to do. And it was all yellow. Your skin, oh yeah, your skin and bones turn into something beautiful. And you know, for you I bleed myself dry. For you I bleed myself dry. It's true. Look how they shine for you. Look how they shine for you. Look how they shine
Thank you all. Could we hear it again for the political leader of the United National Congress, the Honorable Kamla Persad-Bissessar and Dr. Gregory Bissessar. Brothers and sisters, I can feel that you are reinvigorated, re-energized, ready and waiting for the internal elections come June 15, 2024. So brothers and sisters, assembled in your thousands at this Couva South Hall tonight, I invite you to come out and vote for the STAR. All members of the STAR team as we move forward, as we take our case to the people. And before I close, I wanted to remind you, because I've heard, in the talking and so on, people making comments and so on. The United National Congress today is the most active party in opposition in the entire Caribbean. Have you noticed? We are organizing press conferences for years now, twice, sometimes 3 times per week. We have the Monday night cottage meeting. We have the crime symposium. Brothers and sisters, we have events, family days, sports day, cultural events and so on, in which we mobilize the people. We had the pavement report. You remember that? The pavement report. We have had protest activity every week by the Parliament, the Red House. We had protests by the Couva Children Hospital. We had protests in the Debe Penal Market. We had protests in Tonapuna, right through. We have had protests over water, over infrastructure. Our sister from Maruga Tableland and so on have been working. We have been the one taking the fight to the PNM. There are persons who are offering themselves. You ask them, what have they contributed? What? Wait, I didn't hear you. What? I didn't hear you. What? I said, what did they contribute? I think you got that right. They will not, I don't want to say, they will not buy a barbecue ticket. They will not buy a dinner ticket. They will not attend a function of the party. They will not even come to contribute a clap. They will do nothing to assist. And then to come to say, nothing happening, we're doing nothing. That is misrepresentation and that is mischief. This has been the most active political party in Trinidad and Tobago. That is why we are the dominant political party of Trinidad. In the last local government elections, we got, I believe, 60,000 more votes than the PNM. We fought less seats. That didn't happen by accident. That happened because we are in a state of continuous mobilization under the national executive of the party, and many of whom are coming to you tonight to offer themselves again. They must be congratulated for the work that we have been doing. Others have not served, has not contributed. So brothers and sisters, you must keep this in mind when you go to vote, when you go to campaign. All are welcome, but you must work. In a political party, there's a lot of work to be done. You cannot just stay away from everything, and when election comes, you want big position in the party. It don't work like that. It don't work like that. Serve your time. So brothers and sisters, I know there are many speakers again, and you will be hot, literally and metaphorically. You will be hot tonight as I invite you to come out on June 15th. Vote for the STAR. Vote for our slate in support of the Honorable Kamla Persad-Bissessar. Long live our great party, brothers and sisters. God bless you all.
Look at the stars, look how they shine for you.
I was behaving good. I'm going positive because it's star after star after star. But Moonilal was right. Since I small, I swim, I win, I break record. I play football, I win. College, university, coach, I win Olympic medal, World Championship medal. And they have a man join some slate over there. He nickname is Bung to Loss. He joined every team. Everything he joined, he lost. And he talking about winning. Let me tell you something here. The only time Lala was good was in a Kai so-called Lala. La 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 la. Sing it with me. La 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 la. Oh God. La 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 la. La la. Give me a chance. Say Bontalos. Bringing up to the stage to introduce to you the next few candidates on the star team to move Trinidad and Tobago into government under the leadership of the Honorable Kamla Persad-Bissessar. I now bring to you a young mayor who's transforming Chaguanas, working with the people, inspiring the youth. I bring to you His Worship, Mayor Fight.
Pleasant good night, UNC family. I am Faik Mohammed, the Mayor of Chaguanas, and myself and my council fully endorse the star team. Because these are the loyal servants of this party and the people of this country. I have the distinct pleasure of introducing the next candidate, a former chairman of the UE Guild, holds Bachelor in Government and IR, postgraduate degree in Communications, a diploma in law. Before entering active politics, he served 4 years in foreign service and also served as deputy head of ceremonials for the Commonwealth heads of government. The Peppermouth MP in Parliament. Served Princestown people, and he also served as the central coordinator from 2022 to 2024, the Shadow Minister of Public Utilities, none other than Barry Padarat, contesting party organizer. The next candidate has served the UNC for over 25 years as a campaign manager in Tunapuna constituency. Holds a bachelor's degree in history and social sciences from University of West Indies. He also has a degree in theology from the United States. He served as chairman of NIPDEC and has been involved in global business for over 3 decades. Please welcome Hamlil Jearlean, Vice Chairman for the United National Congress. The next candidate, over 30 years in corporate world finance sector, with significant experience, having worked at Central Bank of Trinidad and Tobago for over 15 years. Former chairman of MIC from 2010 to 2015. Former chairman of the United National Congress between the years 2015 and 2017. Served as a deputy political leader since 2017. Serving his second term as an MP for Pointe-à-Pierre. The opposition chief whip in our parliament. Welcome the Dragon, MP David Lee, to be your next deputy political leader. Ladies and gentlemen, our next candidate, a former General Secretary from 2012 to 2020, a qualified senior economist, a qualified attorney at law, former chief economist, leader of the opposition, member of parliament for Oropouche West, serves as chairman from 2020 to present. Please welcome our party chairman, Mr. Dave Tanku. This next candidate, I think, needs no introduction. Former deputy political leader of the UNC, first youth officer of the United National Congress, former Minister of Housing and leader of government business in Parliament, holds a BSc in Government Studies, a PhD in Development Studies, and is qualified as an attorney at law. Member of Parliament for Oropouche East for over 20 years. Please welcome the Lion of Oropouche West, MP Dr. Roodal Moonilal. has a track record of entrepreneurial management of excellency for over 25 years. Former UNC Minister of Transport, Tourism and Tobago Affairs, former Managing Director of HGC, Chairman of UDICOT, CEO of Pizza Boys Group, a chartered accountant, a certified professional accountant, a certified management accountant. She's dynamic. She's a firebrand senator representing our great party in the upper house and fought for the La Hoqueta Talparo constituency since 2020. Served as deputy political leader since 2017. Please welcome Senator Jearlean John, candidate for deputy political leader.
'Cause you're a sky, 'cause you're a sky full of stars. 'Cause you
Thank you, Your Worship. Honorable Political Leader, Mrs. Kamla Persad-Bissessar. Thank you to the beautiful, enduring, resilient, united National Congress gathered here in your thousands. Members of the United Star team, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. Today, as we stand at the most dangerous and precipitous moment in the history of our beloved Trinidad and Tobago, we as a party need to be ready to again battle the most dangerous, reckless, lazy, anti-democratic, and corrupt regime this country has ever seen. It means, therefore, that the National Executive of the United National Congress, NATEX, as a team who supports your political leader, has to be ready to do battle with the PNM in what will be the most consequential election of our lifetime. You hear it as much as I do. Many citizens are saying openly, if something does not change, if something does not give, they will leave this country. Further, if the UNC does not win the next election, they will leave their homeland of Trinidad and Tobago. This means your national executive has to be ready from day one. This is not a dress rehearsal. This is not amateur hour at the Apollo. This is UNC ready to rock and roll. Ready to rock and roll. This is showtime, baby, and we are ready to rock and roll. In all of this, be mindful that any national executive, as the Honorable DPL Dr. Moonilal reminded us, in the Article 28 of our Constitution, any national executive has to be able to assist and support the Honorable Political Leader. I am a rational person, therefore I cannot comprehend the other team seeking your votes does not appear to subscribe to the reality or acceptance that we have one team under one leader. A team whose campaign is based solely, their campaign is based solely on its public scorn, contempt, disdain, disregard for the leader you, the UNC, have elected. And yet they did not offer up one. They did not offer up two. They offered up three deputy political leaders, candidate, ostensibly to work alongside our honorable political leader. Something ain't right with their head. They should not be seeking no vote. They should pack it in and go and look for Mother Cornhucks, because something ain't right with their head. This can't be true. They can't be thinking rationally. UNC in 2001, 1 year after the UNC was voted into office for a second term, men with higher name recognition, with notable accomplishment, enabled an election which took your party out of office prematurely on the 24th of December 2001. I was there. The honorable political leader was there. Dr. Moonilal was there in short pants. He used to still wear khaki pants, but he was there at Whitehall. So don't let any come lately. I ain't calling them Johnny, but you put whatever you want. Don't let no come lately. Take their own chain up in some dark place muttering, double, double toil and trouble, fire burn and conjure bubble. That is their problem. Let them look at the man in the mirror. Don't let them deny you office 1 year prior to your blood, sweat, and tears taking you back to Whitehall. Don't let them take it away from you. Don't let them take it away from you. How could it escape these folks who dare to refer to you as weak? that many in the population who supported the PNM in 2015 are wringing their hands. Businessmen can't get foreign exchange. Went in from 2010 to 2015, they just had to roll up at the bank window, and they were just asking them, how much do you need? Now they're giving you what, I think $100 a day. That has escaped them. People ran their businesses without fear of extortion, without the children fear that their daughters will be kidnapped. Today, criminals are calling and informing you what dress your wife wearing, what shirt your husband have on, what car you're driving, sending you a picture of your house, and then saying, I need this amount to protect you and your business. And when you say, no, I don't have that, they're sending you a copy of your bank statement. But our opponents are not talking about that. They're not talking about these things. Aided and abetted by some media houses in Port of Spain. Let me tell them one time, Guardian don't vote in UNC election. Facebook don't vote in UNC election. Who does vote in the UNC election? Only you. Only you. Right? Filling up the newspaper with headlines, with statements adverse to you, claiming you lack capacity. You are not politically attractive. Why? Because you are our beloved base. And they want to change you into a better version of yourself. They say, I say, speak to your mirror. You change yourself first. We don't want no advice from you. And we don't want your foolish love. You go from here with that. We on this side know and value you as our rock, our shield, and our ever-present help in the time of danger. You are our bridge over troubled waters. You stand resolute. You stand resilient. You are uncompromising about being UNC and proud. You don't need no better version of nothing. You are who you are, and you are proud of who you are. Yet our opponents say you are not good enough for Whitehall, and they want to change you into some new version or something resembling UNC. We don't want that. They could go with that. They don't care about a child coming here whole and leaving in two pieces. You don't hear them talk about that. People are just outright scared, terrified, petrified, and nervous. Yet our opponents say nothing about that, on how they will fix it, because you have to be ready from day one. But they have a lot to say about you. UNC, do you remember when KPB, the government of our Honorable Kamla Persad-Bissessar, gave the police $1,000 more on their salary because she knew their salary was modest, and what they were called to do was to put their life at risk. And in the event that unfortunately they died in the line of duty, they will get $1 million. That is what this Prime Minister of Empathy did. $1 million. Now about 39 of them have died since 2015, and nothing from this cruel government. What they give them? 4%. Madam Leader of the Opposition, the police cannot wait. They stop me all over the road, and they say, when are you coming back into office? I ain't telling no tales out of school. They know who they are. They can't wait to vote. My UNC family, you have to be ready on day one to lead this country. So I want to know what our opponents plan for health care. Because the Honorable Kamla Persad-Bissessar, when she went into San Fernando, and there was a purpose-built administrative building built by the previous government, she said, we can't have this. Yes, the city of San Fernando deserves it. However, our people are sleeping on the corridors of San Fernando Hospital, and she told us to look at the feasibility of repurposing that admin building into a hospital. And when I asked Honorable Prime Minister when, she told Dr. Moonilal, 18 months. Dr. Moonilal was there. Dr. Bodo was there. Where were these chokers? In 18 months, we were wheeling in people on wheelchairs, and they said, what, it's like a 5-star hotel. That wasn't good enough for her. She went on to demand that we build the Couva Children's Hospital, 230 beds. And then we mobilized. Don't let them fool you. If we did not, the Kamla Persad-Bissessar government did not mobilize ARIMA and Point 14 Hospital, it would have never been built. And the plans were on the drawing board for Port of Spain Hospital, and the Penal Hospital. Don't let them fool you. So we want to know, what are their plans for health? After you have worked so hard to build your party, make it more resilient, make it stronger, make it more diverse, do they know what time the GenSec, Peter Kanai, comes here before every meeting? He comes here 4 and 5 hours in advance. They think this thing happening by gas. Jearlean Moonilal spoke about that. It doesn't happen by their gas, but them too busy looking down on people. But I ask you tonight to look up at your star team tonight. Don't bother with them who looking down on people. They feel that UNC just suddenly grew into the biggest political force this country has ever seen. And don't let nobody fool you. We are the biggest, we are the baddest, we are the bravest. And I tell them tonight, don't test we. Don't test me. And we going to start with that P team. That P team, we're going to start with them. And we're going to roll all over them on the 15th of June, 2024. And they're going to see where black bean does grow. We weak. All right. We take it. You ask for it, you get it. You got it. Kamla Persad-Bissessar government created 50,000 jobs, brought in over $10 billion in foreign direct investment. The only business growing now in Trinidad and Tobago is grave digger and coffin business and gang leader. When you hear they talking about 6, 7, 8, and 9, it's not maths, they can't count. It's gang they're talking about. And PNM, they are supporting that. They are supporting a deliberate underclass who can read, who can write, and who can reason. But we are going to change it from day one. When Kamla walks into Whitehall, it will be action. We are government of action. 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 So when these people, in 2000, when some of them were right footing and left footing with the PNM, right foot Balizé and left foot Balizé, the visionary, bold Kamla Persad-Bissessar, she was working to ensure that every child who was able to get into secondary school, they got a space in secondary school. Universal secondary education. You may not have known what that struggle was, but she was determined and she was resolute. And today, everybody who wants a place will get a place. What are our opponents' plan for housing? For housing. Is it that the time is up or there are no time here, so just send me a sign, please, and don't stop my phone. Right? Okay, fine. What's the plan for housing? Well, I even got to talk about housing and the leaders' plan that we need a stake, everybody needs a stake. But I want to talk about one thing. You hear the kind of resumes up here. You hear the kind of resumes, the kind of work that the people have put in, the people have put themselves before you. I hear them calling this man from Miaro, the Trinidad version of Elon Musk. You know who Elon Musk is? This morning I checked. Forbes magazine said he's worth 198 billion US dollars. This fella is the head of Tesla. He is the head of SpaceX. Them does carry material for the American government into space. He does go on the edge of space. He bought Twitter, they call it now X, for $44 billion. He now raised $9 billion this morning, I saw on Bloomberg, to go with something called XAI because them are into the space war, the arms war, them into the artificial intelligence war. They said this fella is Elon Musk. Well, then I have to say that Mr. Hamlin Jalal must be the local Mukesh Ambani because he is a very successful businessman. And I have to be the short version of Michelle as in Obama. It must be. You cannot make this thing up. These people crazy. They have lost their minds and they need to go and find Mother Cornux before it is too late. So tonight, let me end how I started. This is not a game. It is not a show. All right? And basically, I tell them like Beyonce, to the left, all your backs back, and in the left, go from here. We are going to win them. Onwards to victory. People.
Look at the stars, look how they shine forth.
I don't need no music. I don't need no music for the next speaker. This lady has been walking, touching people, helping people, serving people for over 35 years in politics. As she led a cabinet, her first cabinet note saved 153 baby children lives. This lady has toiled for Trinidad and Tobago. She brought intelligence, class, character, motherhood to the office of Prime Minister. This lady is stronger than each and every one of us. The PNM has attacked her every day, senseless, useless, all day long. And she stands strong. She stands firm in the face. Rowley had to run from Parliament to hide on a golf course, lie in the Parliament because he afraid Kamla. He afraid the UNC. So I would not even bother with those who, if you put them out in a taxi in Caranage and tell them to walk the Matlot, nobody will stop and say, hey, Pare, how you going? They don't know you because you've served no one. You've helped no one. Bring into the podium a lady who will go down in the annals of history as a mother of Trinidad and Tobago, who has served the people, saved their lives, and will save Trinidad and Tobago. bringing to the podium the leader of the United National Congress, the Honorable Kamla Persad-Bissessar.
Look at the stars, look how they shine for you. And everything you do, yeah, they were all yellow. I came along, I wrote a song for you. And all the things you do, it was called yellow. So then I took my turn.
Thank you very much. UNC family. Good evening to all of you. Thank you, everyone. Let's thank two brilliant persons this evening. Great UNC people, human beings. Let's thank Councillor Sharon for chairing. Please, let's give a round of applause. Let's thank Senator Anna Roberts, chairing. Let's thank Mayor Faik for helping us along the way. Let's thank MP, I think MP Michel Benjamin along the way, taking us through. Thank you all MPs, senators, councillors, all of you here tonight, activists, chairmen, aldermen, ladies and gentlemen, all our viewers and listeners joining us on the various media streams, to the members of our great UNC party here and elsewhere. I say good night to one and all, and I ask you to join with me. We are UNC and we are proud. We are UNC and we are proud. We are UNC and we are proud. Don't ever forget that. Don't let anyone ever make you forget that. We can only win the general election if we have a national executive team that works with the duly elected leader of our party, yours truly. If you can't work with me, then go. We have to work together. We must go united to defeat the PNM. We can only win the general election if we have an executive that supports the same plans, the same policies, and the same philosophies as the leader and the rest of the party. We must have a united vision to take our nation forward. Let me tell you tonight, as your leader, I support stand your ground laws. I support stand your ground laws. The PNM and the other slate does not support stand your ground laws. I support home invasion laws. The PNM and the other slate do not support home invasion laws. I support access, easy access to legal firearms for law-abiding citizens. The PNM and the other slate does not support that. But you know who supports it? All these things? The STAR team. The STAR team. And so I call on you to support the STAR team. They want to give you legal firearms. They want to give you lawful rights to defend yourself and your family, your wife, your children in your homes. The STAR team supports state-provided legal personal firearms for all police and prison officers. When officers work and they work late and they're going home in the night, you know, just take away the gun from them. Did you know that? So when they may charge a man during the day, they may lock up a man, whatever may happen. And when they go back to the station, they have to lodge the fireman in the station and go home how? Nothing. Nothing to defend themselves. So we support legal firearms to give to the protective services to protect themselves when they're on duty and off duty. Our country has become a zone of criminals. I think Mr. Rowley said it. He said the criminals are on rampage. Playground for criminals, man. So we must allow our protective officers to protect themselves. They can't be around Rowley whole day in the special branch, driving him around with 5 and 6 vehicles. And when they park him up at the wherever he sleeps, whether in Tobago or in Trinidad, all you're laughing for things I'm not saying. When they park him up in Trinidad or in Tobago, I'm told these officers have to leave, whatever hour of the night, have to leave and have no protection. I want to make it very clear to everyone that if you point a gun at or attack a police officer to endanger his or her whole life, that officer must have a right to defend himself or herself. They must have a right to defend themselves. Tonight I tell all officers of the TTPS, if criminals pointing gun at you, shoot at you or attack you, return fire with full force. With full force. Defend yourselves. Defend yourselves. Do not be hesitant. That one moment of pause may cost you your life. I am in full support of our police officers standing their ground against violent criminals. I'm in full support. I'm in full support. You know, when there are hundreds of murders in our country, Nazimul, hundreds, we can never get any eyewitnesses. You realize that? How many murders are unsolved because why they can't get an eyewitness? As soon as there's a police involved shooting, everybody is a witness against the police. True or not true? True or not true? If we want the TTPS and our services to protect us, we must give them the power to protect themselves. We must give them that power. And I'm warning the TTPS, whilst we give you that power, you use it with discretion. But you must know that you will not be hunted and targeted because you chose to defend yourself. I see John Abraham and nodding says, it's true, it's true, it's true. It's true. So I'm warning the country. We cannot tie our police officers' hands when they respond in pursuit of violent criminals. Officers have just a split second to respond to violent attack. And we cannot have our officers doubting our support because this can cost them their lives. Tonight I tell all police and prisons officers, under my next government, I will ensure personal FULs and personal legal firearms of each of you, paid for by the state. You will be protected. You will be protected. The STAR team supports the lowering of foreign used car prices by going back to the age of 6 years instead of the 3 years. The STAR team supports a comprehensive review on the demerit system and a halt to the oppressive and abusive ticketing of motorists. The STAR team supports our economic transformation plan with growth poles across the country. The STAR team supports our East-West Corridor manufacturing hub to bring jobs to the people. The STAR team supports the expansion of the Children's Life Fund to cover more types of illnesses. The STAR team supports land for the landless. The STAR team supports starting the construction of the San Fernando to Mayaro Highway. The STAR team supports repaving of our roads. Yes. Between 2010 and 2015, we had the largest road construction and road repair program in the history of our nation. When you put us back, we will do it again. We will. The STAR team supports, yes, water too, coming there. The STAR team supports implementation of a comprehensive traffic alleviation plan. You spend too many hours suffering in traffic. The STAR team supports water for all. From 18% of the Trinidad and Tobago population receiving 24/7 water supply in 2010. When we took office, WASA was providing 69% of the country with 24/7 water. And you know what's happening, we all know what's happening. So again, when you put us back, we will do it again, water for all. The STAR team supports creating 55,000 new jobs. That is what we did before. We can do it again. The STAR team supports lower taxes. We created that 55,000 jobs and not one single tax new. Not one new tax. And a bit I'm going to tell you about the new taxes. They're coming for you again to get more money. And I'll tell you for what they want that money in a minute. So we are against the introduction of any new taxes. The STAR team supports strengthening of the public procurement laws that were gutted by the PNM. The STAR team is against property tax. The STAR team supports the payment of livable wages to workers. We do not support the PNM's 4% offer. We call on the government to reconsider and make a better offer. The STAR team supports deregulation of the financial system to make it easier for you all to access financial services and loans. The STAR team supports making quality housing more affordable, more accessible to young people. I think Senator John was talking about the housing. MP Moonilal will tell you about what every day was a home. Many homes. Have they built any houses? No. Some houses given away the houses we built. In the same way, they haven't built a single new school. And they've shut down, they've built nothing. Spending billions of dollars. So I'm saying we must be able to help people in our country, make it easier for them and affordable to get housing. You know, I am told in some families, there are 2 or 3 generations of families living in one house. Did you know that? One of you may be in that position too. Many of us were in that position. But this is on the part of the state that we have to help. You have families from great-grandma, grandma, ma, children, and then grands, all in one space, sleeping on the floor because the price of land and housing is out of reach. These are just a few of the policies we've shown you why tonight I endorse the STAR team for the internal elections on June 15, 2024. These are some of the policies. Because as a national executive, when we sit in that room, when we each have a seat at the table, we must have the same vision. We must have the same mission to create a better quality of life for the people of Trinidad and Tobago. I asked the other team, what are your plans? What are your plans? And I'm being told they want to build a new UNC headquarters. and they want to reform the party constitution. All that is well and good, but before you do that, help the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Do you want to do like the PNM and build a Basley house for millions of dollars when the PNM can't build a house for one person in the country? Is that what your vision is? I ask us to reject that kind of vision. I ask us to reject it. So why would you support a team? You will support a team because, as I say, of their vision and their mission. You will also support a team because of what? Experience. Experience. So let's listen. Let's listen about the STAR team. You heard all the bios. I will tell you tonight, I know every one of them personally. Some of them shorter, some of them longer. Some of them longer than I care to remember. I've known every single one. And every member of this team has years of loyal, dedicated service to the UNC. They have never, ever betrayed our great party. Never, ever betrayed our party. They have worked in the trenches to stabilize, to grow, to protect, and enhance our great party. While there were others who now wish to lead, were members in the bosom of the PNM. They are members in the bosom and in the belly of the PNM. They want to lead you. When our team has been here, which are some members of this team, our great party founded about 35 years ago, they were present in the mud and rain in Arangua Savannah when our party was founded. And you were in the belly and the bowl of the PNM. You want to lead. What a shame that would be, that the PNM is coming to lead the UNC. That is shameful and should never ever happen. Some members of the STAR team, as I say, have dedicated their careers to growing party at the local government level. Some have worked to ensure the party has grown beyond its base, expanding in the East-West corridor, while others have grown the party at the professional and national level. The STAR team is a testament to the UNC's endearing and enduring values. The STAR team combines decades of service, invaluable experience, combined with youthful innovation, creating modern policies to uphold our party's principles. Each member of the STAR team has remained a loyal servant to our members, even in the toughest and hardest times. They have demonstrated their unwavering commitment to our party's founding principles. Tonight I say, this is a team that will work with your duly elected political leader. That is me, Kamla Persad-Bissessar. To defeat the PNM in the next election. Again tonight I say, without fear or favor, I totally endorse the STAR team. We will win UNC and proud. On the 15th of June, put your X next to the star. Look at the sky, full of stars. See how they shine for you. This is my team of stars. Will you please stand? Please stand. Thank you all very much. More to come. Not done yet. More to come. I want to ask Ivan to put up a clip. I think it should be on the screen. Is it, Ivan? Is anything on the screen? Not yet. Yes, it's up. Thank you. Give Kevin a round of applause. The backroom boys, Kevin and Tank and all of them there, who gets the technical things happening. Okay. Now, since I took leadership of the UNC, I can't speak much about before that as leadership. May 24th, 2010. I have called internal elections every single time when they were due. Okay? You'll see it on the screen. March 2012, December 15, November 2017, December 2020, June 2022, and now June 15th, 2024, which will be the 6th internal election I have caused to be held under my watch as your leader. When it comes to adhering to the UNC's constitution about calling internal elections, my track record and that of the executive members with me speaks volumes for itself. And therefore it was totally dishonest. It was totally malicious propaganda meant to assist the destructive PNM for the dissident MPs to go all over this land, all over our country, going out there to mislead and deceive the party membership, believing that we sought to stop internals, we sought to disenfranchise our membership by not sticking to the Constitution regarding the calling of the elections when they were due. So up to today, not one of them could find any evidence where I have ever said we will not hold the elections when they were due. And so said, so done, we have done that. So what is it then? What's happening? JJ has her own interpretation. She's a Tobago girl, of course. Everybody has their own interpretation. What's happening? What's going on? What's happening? It is clear that that was a blatant lie, created, calculated, a sinister attempt to destabilize the UNC, to create mischief, to assist the destructive PNM in the upcoming general elections. I don't like what the other slate is doing out in public, dirtying the name of the UNC with false narratives. It is a fact that members of the other slate have previously been long-standing members of the PNM. Don't ever forget that. Don't ever forget that. Don't forget that. I want you to put up a clip there, Kevin. Can we get it up on the screen, please? Is it up on the screen? No? It's not. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Moving along. Are we ready? I find it very alarming that the other slate opted to call their team United Patriots. And then there's another fledgling party named Patriotic Front. And given the PNM's widespread ongoing accusations that the UNC and its members have never been patriots of Trinidad and Tobago, you remember for the past 9 years, the PNM has used the word patriotic as their mantra. Just look at the newspaper headlines from the clip, which will be up, I think, on the TV screen at some point. Women leaders in dispute over unpatriotic absence. Hines calls UNC unpatriotic after inauguration. Young, a lack of patriotism by the UNC. That is the PNM mantra. And we get two parties out there, I don't know if they are cousins or whatever they are, both coming out with this word patriotic. It is that same PNM finance propaganda team that is behind all these patriotic groups seeking to destabilize the UNC. Slander in the names of good people for no good reason. We must never ever accept that. Never ever accept that. The rhetoric of the other slate is word for word PNM propaganda of the last 9 years. Listen carefully. If it's an echo chamber, it is a PNM propaganda over the last 9 years. They attack our own party members who have been working so hard. They give no credit to. They insult our activists, you, our members, our councillors, our aldermen, our MPs, our senators. They attack those of you who attend meetings, those who are Rudy told us protesting all over the country. They attack you. But they don't find no time to attack who? The PNM. No time, no time. I am proud of the efforts of all of you. Do not let anyone undervalue your contributions. I know all of you have kept this party going and worked so hard. I will never ever forget you. We have come a long way. We have come a long way. We have only one more year to go to hold together. Yes, thank you. We have only one more year to hold together before we win the general election. You have worked so hard. You have worked too hard to let a bunch of dissidents take that victory away from you. We are almost into the glory of that victory. So I want to tell these guys, you know, careful what you say, because when you're pointing, so what happens? One, the four pointing back at you. So be careful. Be careful what you say. And I told you all before, do not ever take my kindness for weakness. Because that is one thing I am not and never will be. Do not take it for weakness. So, there's an article attributed to the man who wants to lead the other slate, knocking down UNC members. The other slate is spreading the same tired elitist PNM propaganda, that it is a stain to be associated with the UNC and people like you, UNC members. That's their propaganda. It's a stain. They're ashamed to be UNC. They're ashamed to be associated. We are UNC. We are UNC and proud. The other side is quoted in the Trinidad Express, and I'm quoting their words. For some reason, there is an apparent stain that if you feel you associate with UNC, then you are diminished in your portfolio. Ask the thousands of UNC members here tonight, are you UNC and proud? Yeah. We are UNC and we are proud. We are UNC and we are proud. What stain? I am proud to wear the UNC on my chest anytime, anywhere, and in my heart. That is what being a UNC is. And they will tell you here tonight, all of you with your UNC beautiful faces and beautiful clothing, what they say, you're diminished, you're lesser than they are. Listen, let me just leave them there with that for the moment, okay? Listen that again. You must know what they think of you, but they want your votes, you know. They want UNC votes, but what do you think about you? For some reason, there is an apparent stain that if you feel you associate with the UNC, then you are diminished in your portfolio. This is people who want to lead, you know. They want to lead you. They want to be DPL. They want to be whatever else. They want your vote. But they are parroting PNM propaganda, saying it is a stain to associate with UNC members. They don't want to associate with the rank and file UNC, you know. All they want is your vote. Are you going to give them your votes on the 15th? No way. For them, none of you, no one of you is bright. For them, no one of you is respected. For them, no one of you is valuable. But what they want? Vote. Vote. Today I tell you, do not buy that dirty, demeaning piece of PNM propaganda from the other slate that people are ashamed to join the UNC because they don't want to associate with you. That is a lie. That is a total lie. The UNC is a strong party. The start slate has been born out of the rank and file of our membership. We are you, and you are us. We are you, and you are us. This last slate condemns this dirty, elitist rhetoric against all of you, our members. Under my watch, this party will never ever become like the PNM, where the elitists, the big boys, get all the resources and the rank and file get nothing. Nothing. There is no stain for associating with you. I always tell you, I love you. We all love you. You know, my mother came, I wrote something recently in one of the newspapers. My mother came from the lowest caste and the lowest class. Understand me, you know? So when I stand up here, I'm not no big affair. I am you and you are me. We are all in this together. My mother came from the lowest caste and lowest class. People were ashamed to associate with her and, by extension, with me. I know the pain of that humiliation. And I tell you tonight, and I promise you, I will never let anyone humiliate the UNC membership. I will always defend our membership. I have never been ashamed of you. I love you all. Hold your heads high. You're worthy of great things and you're valued. I am proud to be your leader. I am proud to be your friend. I am proud to be your sister. But I saw recently somebody give me a sister that I didn't even know about. I'm happy to be anybody's sister. So whoever is out there, I'm sorry. She's not my biological sister. So in silly season, election seasons, all kind of things happen. Huh? Next thing, Greg might get a heart attack because somebody might come and say, yeah, my daughter or my son, that he never knew about. I share this in great humor with you. The silly season is the silly season, and we will survive it. So we are all here with you, proud to be with you. And do not let these people push you down with PNM propaganda. Their whole speech, you know, I didn't listen to all of it last night. Greg was listening to some of it. You know what? You know, I wasn't in front of the screen. And I was just hearing the echoes of the voices, the audio. And you know, you would have swear you was listening to a PNM meeting. If you couldn't see who's saying the words, it was the PNM propaganda, repeat, repeat, repeat. So the UNC is the strongest it has ever been. Some of the other speakers tonight shared. The facts show. In 2020, the UNC became the most popular party in Trinidad in terms of votes. 309,180. Give yourselves a round of applause. In 2020, we got the most votes we have ever got in our history. And we regained the majority in Trinidad. This progress continued in the 2023 local government elections. So these lying people, their false narratives, the UNC is the strongest it has ever been. We are poised to win the next election. Local elections, the guys in Grundy will tell you, Kenwin and T will tell you, we gained so much ground. I think we won other seats there as well in the local. Okay. I'm sorry. I still can't hear you. Oh, okay. 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 About the MP for Komoto Manzalito, who was absent during the entire local government campaign. And we won more votes and more seats. Thank you, Kenwin. Give the team. The fella never helped us campaign, absconded, and now wants to lead as deputy leader of this party. Unbelievable. This was all these years, the sabotage and betrayal that occurred in the presidential elections. You all remember that? When 3 MPs helped the PNM, they spoiled their ballots. You all remember? Don't have short memories, you know, you have to remember. Okay, remember. 3 ballots, now I want to warn you about this. When you go on the 15th of June, okay, to cast your X, make sure you don't spoil your ballot. Make sure you don't spoil your ballot, because that's what this guy did. One of them, they put the X twice, each name. So when you go, just look for star, don't look for name. We agree? Just look for the stars. Look for the star. Don't let your hand shake. And put that X. Every star you see, you will see 17 stars on that ballot paper. Put the X. I don't want to go more I know you all want me to talk more about that presidential ballot. So somebody took a photograph. You want to hear it? An MP took a photograph with the phone and came to show me, this is my ballot, he said. I voted with the party line of the UNC. Look, where's my X? So let me show you something. I don't have the phone here, but pretend this is a phone. So I put the X here, next to the UNC candidate. I take my phone and I take the picture. Then I put down the phone and do what? Put an XX and spoil the ballot. Who knows? Only God and that person will know the betrayal of the UNC party line on that day in the parliament. There was same sabotage on the 26th of April recently when the dissident MPs absconded a very, very, very important vote to extend the time for the Auditor General report to come to Parliament. That report, as you know, tells us all the financial matters happening in the country. They were not there to vote. They were not there to vote, and all kinds of stories and reasons. They didn't know. How you cannot know? Every single one of us, every MP received the notice from the Parliament at 10:47 p.m. I think it was on the Wednesday night before that for every single body knew of that. But again, you have no sense of duty and responsibility. Just let me get back on track here now. You all have been seeing the crime scourge and the crisis we're going through. And let me tell you another reason why it is very important to put your X next to the stars in this election. We are in the month of May, 5 months, and the murder numbers is over 230. Let's say each month has 30 days, which it doesn't, it's less. How many days is that? 5 by 30. 150. But yet we have 230 murders. The number of murders outstripping the numbers of days in the year so far. We have seen some of the most sadistic, psychotic, demonic crimes committed against our babies, our children, our women, our elderly. No one is spared. We are under siege. We are prisoners in our own homes. We have seen the return of kidnappings. And out of these headlines, you know, one hit me really hard. They all hit us hard. It is this one from last week, Express May 19th, 2024. Kidnapped in El Dorado, daughter of source that was kidnapped. Thankfully, this lady has been released. But let me tell you why that one was very harrowing. It was because of a story published in yesterday's Guardian, Sunday, May 26 headline. Kidnappings for ransom projected to rise. Kidnappings for ransom. Quick cash. Quick cash. They grab you, they grab your daughter, grab your brother, your mother, your sister, grab you like you are a piece of dirt, like you're nothing. And then calling your loved ones, they want quick cash. Bring it, bring it, bring it, bring it. Rudy spoke of the extortion racket going on. That story tells us that heinous, truly horrific, traumatizing crime of kidnapping for ransom is once more on the rise. How many of you here can remember 20 years ago when the PNM was in office, Rowley, Imbert, Camille, Hines, they were all ministers, widespread kidnapping for ransom. Any of you all remember that? Johnny will remember that. Widespread kidnapping on the rise again. Kidnapping everyone. Some victims were killed. You remember the horrific case of Vindra, Naipaul. Business owners targeted, hundreds closed down, many left the country. That is another reason why you have to elect, put your X next to the star team to give us that will and power to deal with the criminals. And they are now coming in the parliament on Monday. You know, these people, shameless. Shameless. Monday in Parliament, the PNM is coming to ask for approval to spend $2.3 billion more. Where's Anil? How are we saying that, Anil? 2.3 billion dollars more to spend for the rest of this fiscal year. We are in May, almost in June, and the fiscal year ends in September. Is the day? September. So a few more months, they want 2.3 billion more dollars. They approved in the budget $59.1 billion. And they now come in, Saddam, for what is it? 2.3 billion. Add that for me, making a total of $61.4 billion. So they spent out this 59. Can you tell me where it's spent? Can you see anything they build? You see any road fix? You see any water rushing through your taps? You see any laptops for the children? You see any children's lives being saved with a life fund? No. But they want 2.3 billion more. And what are some of the things? We'll deal with more of them in the parliament. And as the week goes, you know what they want to spend some of that money on? Worse than that. Maybe the house in Tobago too. While they raise taxes, they cut social programs for you. They want more money for their friends and families and finances. Remember all he said? The rich will get what? Richer. They're coming to approve, to spend $120 million more in legal fees. Lawyer fees. Every case they're losing. Look how badly they advise Mimbert and Armour. Tell them, hold report, hide it. And I told them, yes, Mr. Limo. Limo was paying Eater Food lawyers for advice what to do about that report. So they hide the report, and I told them in the parliament that fateful 26th day of April 2024. I said, this will land you in the courthouse. So said, so done. I said, you will have to lay this report, big fat book, you have to lay it. So said, so done. He had to come back, eat humble pie, and lay it. And I said, the answer to this problem you're in is to do a special report. So said, so done. When you're too hard, you know, when you don't hear, you just have to feel. You know, your parents tell you that, stick break in your ears. Chris, you don't grin, stick break in your ears plenty times. If you don't hear, you have to feel. So listen to this, because time is running out. But you need to know what they want this money to. This is only one area. And in Parliament, further, my MPs will explore the other areas they want to spend the money. So, they want to spend $120 million to pay Eater Food lawyers. They want to spend $30 million for local lawyers and $90 million for foreign lawyers. You hear me? 90 for foreign, but I wonder what them doing that. Could that be SRP Kate? Or could that be Nelson? Yes, thank you. We have a lawyer somewhere here, smart. Could that be Vincent Nelson? I cannot sing like Anil. I'm sorry, Anil, I can't sing like you. So I cannot do the ladder. They want to spend this for lawyers. So in this year, they will spend not just this $120 million, but what they were already given in the budget. Saddam, is that now $165 million to pay lawyers? $165 to pay a lawyer? And that's only for one government department, the AG office. They have lawyers' fees all over in every ministry, in every corporation, blah, 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 blah. But let's talk about the AG. Last year, the AG spent and was given approval to spend $253 million last year. In 1 year alone, $253 million. When we calculated the years from 2015 to 24, they have spent $820 million in lawyer fees. I have a list here, you know, I'll tell you. They give you grass cutting. It's not the volume, my voice is needing some water. So if Kevin could put a mic on the orders, let me drink my water. Let's talk about the Eat Your Food lawyers now. Okay? So what they give you grass cutting jobs, garbage collecting, at 10 days here, 10 days there. They're feeding their friends with hundreds of millions in legal briefs. They have no money for computers. They have no money for laptops for your children, no money for supplies at the hospital, no jobs, no water, high fuel prices, bad roads, 4% for you, but millions to the Eat Your Food lawyers. I hope you can see the script on some one of the screens. This is it. I'm only going to read those who got in excess of $1 million, okay? Because there are others who got below. You ready? You will be shocked to the core. Russell Martineau, $46.5 million. J.D. Celia and Company, $29.7 million. Fayed Hussein, $28.5 million. Talk about millions here, you know. And they talk about giving you and the police 4%. Deborah Peake, $24.6 million. Fitzwilliam Stone, Furnace Smith and Morgan, $23.3 million. Claude Denbo, $22.7 million. Roger Kewal Singh, remember him? Okay, Roger Kewal Singh. $18.2 million. Gilbert Peterson, chairman of the Telecom Authority, $18 million. Paria's lawyer, yes, thank you. Paria's lawyer. Well, you like this one. Reginald Amor, $17.5 million. Hobson's, $17.1 million. Remember who is at Hobson's, eh? Former PNM Speaker of the House. Well, you will also not like this one. Husband of the President of the Senate, Kerwin Garcia, $14.2 million. Amira Rahman, $13.7 million. So I'm going to speed a little now, okay? Netram Kaulesa, $12.5 million. Ravi Rajkumar, $12 million. Paulne Blanc, Delab Bastide and Jaslo, $10.2 million. Jason Mutu, $10 million. Douglas Menz, $10 million. Ravi Hefis Doon, $9.9 million. MG Daly and Partners. You remember that fella? Writing every week, armchair polisher in the papers. Every week writing. $9.7 million. Michael Kwamena. Yes, the Prime Minister's lawyer. Chairman of Heritage Petroleum and Petrotrain, $8.5 million. Vanessa Gopal, $7.8 million. Ravindra Nangadi, chairman of WASA. Estate manager of the housing. Campaign manager, $7.6 million. Rishi Das, $6.7. Farai Hove Asai, $6.5 million. Justin Fells, $5.4 million. The list goes on. List goes on. Johnson, Comacho, and Singh, $5.3. Ian Benjamin, $4.9. Keith Scotland, you remember that coal pot man? Keith Scotland. The bicycle has $1.8 million. Ralston Nelson, $1.7. Gregory Delzin, $1.7. Hines and Company. I don't know Hines and Company. I don't know who are the partners in that firm. I really don't know. $1.5 million. Ronnie Bissessar, who is no relative of Gregor I, $1.3. Next year, I get our next brother, you know. Teresa Haddad, $1.2 million. And that's just some of the list. It's in black and white. I think Saddam had caused FOIAs to be filed, freedom. None, yes. I'm sorry. Anna Ramlogan had caused FOIs to be filed. So let's give Anna a round of applause. That we were able to dig out that information that they would have been hiding. Now I tell you they're coming for $2.3 billion dollars. I want to go to the economic crisis. The finance minister has spent every year in Parliament doing what? Borrowing. So they want $2.3 million more, billion. Where are they going to get this money? Borrow. Borrow. Do borrow, and the next way is tax. So I'll tell you some of the borrowings and some of the taxing that will be coming down very shortly. First, Imbert came to the Parliament to increase borrowing limits under the Development Loans Act. He did it once, December 4th. Increased it from 30 billion to 45 billion. Twice, March 2020, increased from 45 billion to 55 billion. And then he went again, 15 March 2024, just a few months ago, he increased it to 65 billion. That's on only one piece of law. So 1, 2, 3 increases in borrowing. He increased under the External Loans Act, again on several occasions, from 15 billion to 30 billion, December 2015. He increased under the Guarantee of Loans Act from 25 billion to 45 billion, December 2015. He increased through Treasury bills from 2 billion to 5 billion in 2017. And then he increased the overdraft with the central bank from 15 to 20% in 2017. He has used the Parliament over the last 10 years to raise the borrowing ceiling by $68 billion. Today, our public debt is over $102 billion. There's clear evidence they have not been able to get a single new revenue stream. So what do they do? Borrow, borrow, borrow. I am reliably informed that they will increase the central bank overdraft again from 20% to 25%. Come and tell me that's not true. Come and tell me, Imbert, you are not considering raising the overdraft again from 20% of revenue to 25%. And I am also being told that they're considering to do what? To increase VAT. To increase VAT. They are proposing to raise income taxes on some citizens. And they're proposing to remove exemptions from the Income Tax Act. They are planning to introduce presumptive taxation. They are planning to increase corporation tax and business levy. And they are coming to cut more social programs. This government is broke. As Hamlin might tell me, they are bankrupt. They are spending more than they can earn. And so they borrow and they tax. Borrow, borrow, and tax and tax. So people continue to face problems with small things. These people are dealing in billions of dollars for their friends and their finances. As I close, there are citizens who face problems just to get NIS payments for years, for years. There's a runaround. People have been waiting for years. You can't pay the people the NIS. They want to increase the retirement age. I said that should be a matter of choice. So as I leave you tonight, I hope I have clearly demarcated the differences between them and us. The other slate and the PNM, and the star slate and our great UNC party. I once again thank you for the inspiring support for me and our great party. We all know we will always face challenges in our quest to restore good government. So first of all, what's the first thing we must now do? We must mobilize, we must work hard on the ground and go out on the 15th and cast your vote for the star team. But we also have 2 by-elections. Did the other slate tell us what they plan to do to help us win those by-elections? In Lengua, and Walk, Queenam, Mondiablo? Or are they busy conspiring and sabotaging the UNC efforts in those 2 by-elections? I tell you, the UNC teams are out working hard. So we have 3 elections in this month, coming month of June. This is why I say, support the Star team. Support the Stars. Put your X next to the Star. And I close by telling you, as I always close, half of me belongs to you. Do you want it? Half of me belongs to you. And the other half I give to you. So all of me belongs to you. May the good Lord continue to bless and keep you. You have had leaders before me. You will have leaders after me. But never ever have a leader who loves you as much as I do. Can the Star team come on stage, please? And can we play the song? Bring your.
Cause you're a sky full of stars. I'm gonna give you my heart. Cause you're a sky full of stars. Cause you light up the path. I don't care, go on and tear me apart. I don't care if you do. Cause in the sky full of stars, I think I saw you. You're a sky full of stars. I wanna die in your arms. Cause you get lighter the more it gets dark. I'm gonna give you my heart. I don't care, go on and tear me apart. I don't care if you do. Cause in the sky full of stars,